And right now I'm at the fashion show at the Global Sources Fashion Group. Oh, can you start that again? Okay, sorry. This is Natasha Fernandez from China Daily, and I'm right now here with the president of the Global Sources Fashion Group, and I'm here with Livia Yip. So Livia Yip, tell us, how has the preparation for the fashion show been so far?
It's been quite smooth. We moved in 3 days, starting like 3 days ago for some of the bigger booths, and completed like last night, but everything was quite smooth. Yes.
Okay, so the early hour, we're still at the early hours here at the fashion show. We have the booths set up, and still people are coming in. So tell us, what are the highlights of this year's fashion show?
Well, actually, the show has been going as the world changed, right? So the fashion, the technology, the green living, kind of all mingle together. So all our highlights kind of going around those three items, right? So we have in terms of fashion, we want creativity, we want young people join this very traditional industry. So we have the young designer zone, right? For the technology, we have the fashion technology zone, which we feature some of the curated technology products, which is very fashionable at the same time. So, and of course others. Right?
Yeah, there are other highlights as well. So tell me more about the crossover between the tech and fashion.
Well, tech and fashion, I think one side is with the raw material, like fabric, functional fabric, which make it breathable, kind of protection from the sun. Like you go to canoeing, then you need something more comfortable and also protective, right? So that's one side of it. The other side is build in some IoTs into the bags, into the, whatever you wear, and then make it warm. Or we also have a client making this backpack, which is anti-gravity, so means you have very heavy stuff, you don't feel it.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's all in Hall 1, so if you want to go and take a look and experience it. And also we ask these technology practitioners to actually share their products and kind of explain what it is. So I think some of those videos may also help people to understand like how fashion actually cross over to technology. To support that, we also have conferences starting 1 o'clock this afternoon until about 2:30. We will tell people how do you build technology stuff into fashion, right? Because the traditional fashion industry, they don't know how the wires and all that. How do you do that, right? There's a second session specially dedicated to bags, like build IoT things into bags. So I think that 2 sessions probably be very helpful for all the fashion traditional manufacturers, and for the new markets. Yeah.
That's very interesting. I mean, we're seeing tech going into a way where it's blending in with fashion as well, and I think I've been, using that as well. And we'll see what's coming in the coming 3 days. And tell me more about the trends, though. Apart from just tech and fashion, you mentioned more about the eco-friendly.
Right.
So tell us more about that.
So the eco-friendly basically comes in several angles as well. People being healthier, people being more active, or they want to have a mixture of active life and work life and leisure life, right? So all those things, right, kind of lead the fashion trend into somewhere that do you have a piece of garment or shoes that you can wear to work, and then easily you can kind of migrate into exercises or workouts and all that. So, and you don't feel like, oh, this guy is wearing suit to come to the gym, right? So this transition make kind of people making it much easier, right? So and multi-purpose as well. So that's one side of the trend. The other side of the green trend is we tend to make things more sustainable. Right, and we also make like functional fabric that can adapt to weather, right? Rather than the other way around, you wear more and more clothes because it's cold, and then you have aircon on, you have to take it out and all that. So, this green thing is helped by the technology as well. I would say the green lifestyles.
It's still crossing over. So technology is really important. So tell us more about, because I know we're in Hong Kong, and this is very important because when you go to work, you don't have time to change, to go and you know, change into your workout clothes, and that's what I have to do too. So can you further tell us what you'll be seeing in the fashion trends in the coming years?
I think this trend will continue.
Okay.
We call it the fourth generation of consumers.
Okay.
So instead of going for a brand, right, you're
Right.
going for a brand that is in your culture. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter, you know, if I'm Chinese, going for Chinese culture, or I'm Chinese, I want to adapt
Adapt to
Western
yeah.
culture, right? So the culture I want to express myself, right? So it's kind of tied into the culture, kind of also tied into the lifestyle I want to do, right?
Yeah.
And in general, everyone want to be more socially responsible, sustainable, because we are worried that we don't have next generation
Yeah.
or next generation, right? Everybody's worried about that. And also, I think on the other hand, we also want to have something very different. And also the new consumers, right? They listen to their peers more than they listen to an advertising or an icon, right?
Yeah.
Like it's no
They want, like,
longer
word of
like
mouth.
yeah.
Yeah. If
So
someone's used it,
yeah. So you people want to be the same, but they don't want to be the same.
At the same time,
At the
yeah.
same time, right? So is something kind of difficult for a lot of our people in our industry.
Right.
So this fast fashion, but then how do you make fast fashion sustainable?
Yeah.
And kind of environmental friendly and also be socially responsible. I think that's also a challenge, right? Everyone in this industry need to think about and see whether we can find a good solution or a good balance between the two.
So do you have any suggestions of how we can overcome this?
It's not. It's $1 million question, I think,
Yeah.
if anybody can overcome this. But I think balance is the word,
Okay.
right? So
And it takes time.
we all want to be more leisure. We
Yeah.
all want to be more active life. But then, going to that extreme, then, how about work, right? How about your financials and all that, right? So I think the word is balance, right? And try to, like we talk about my colleagues, like she's doing the balance as well, being stylish and trendy at the same time, also environmental friendly, also sporty, active,
But
right?
fashionable at the same
Yeah,
time, right?
yeah, it's not easy, but I think it's achievable.
It's
Yeah,
achievable.
it's achievable. Yeah.
So what about global sources? Tell me more about what global sources is going to develop in the future of its shows.
Global Sources has the fashion trade show, right? In this fashion trade show, we have footwear, we have swimwear and beachwear. We also have sports fashion. We also have the bags and luggage, and so you can see that in fashion technology for all this, right? So basically we try to, or scarves. So you try to have, scarves is one of those things, right? If you want to have the same piece of garment and you want to make it look different, so one of the most economic way is to have a scarf and you tie the scarf differently in different part of position, right? Then that's the variation, right? So fast fashion your own way, right? So the other thing is for Global Source, apart from this fashion trade show, we also have a gift and home show.
Okay.
We also we're going to change it to a lifestyle show,
Right.
because that's where people are
where it's
going.
going,
And then we also have a mobile electronics show, which is all the drones, all the mobile
we saw
stuff,
that last
right?
week.
Right, very exciting. And also we have a more traditional electronics show, right? So all these support stuff for all these sexy electronic things, right?
Yeah.
So on the I think we are very well set to we are much better set than the other trade shows, right? Because we have this range, then we can better help the technology people to be more fashionable, and the fashion people to be more to find partners to be more tech savvy, right? So I think we're in a very good kind of setting to do this.
Yeah, so the fashion show is actually going to the very right direction, and we'll see in the coming few days what the fashion exhibition will be having for us. So we're very excited to see what's in store. Thank you, Miss Livia Yee.
Thank you. Thank you.